Welcome to the Hudson Show. Coming up, why I refuse to help decorate the studio for Christmas.
And Amazon is shutting down everyone's favorite streaming service.
All that and more on the way next. Remember this. If you're poor, it's your fault. If you are poor, it's because you're thinking poor. You are, and no matter how much money you make, if you just think rich, you will become rich. That is at least what Brad Klontz says. He's the author of Start Thinking Rich, 21 Harsh Truths to Take You from Broke to Financial Freedom. He says one of his claims is that even working at McDonald's, making a McDonald's wage, you can become a millionaire one day. And it's all about changing your mindset and your psychology so that you start spending less than you make. Allie, do you buy this?
I kind of do. There's some parts of it where I'm like, okay, become a millionaire from working at McDonald's. I don't know if I necessarily buy that with the cost of living that we have now and the, rent costs all going up, all of that. Those are factors that you have to kind of add into this. But I do think that he is absolutely right when it comes to when you're saving money, it really is all about psychology. It's less about what you would consider, as he says, financial literacy. He mentions how what really it comes down to is the psychological aspects of saving. Because when your mindset is, oh, I need to save and I don't need to spend money, I don't need to buy this thing that I don't need, that really does help no matter what job you have. So that aspect of it, I think, is absolutely true. Now, if you can become a millionaire from working at McDonald's, I don't necessarily know how. I think
that is an extreme claim that he's made to sell his book, because I'm trying to do the math here, right? Let's say the federal minimum wage is still less than $15, but let's say most McDonald's, if you just work there full time, they pay you $15 an hour. So that's $30,000 a year. So that would take you, how many years? If you just actually could spend $0 and you're making $30,000 a year at McDonald's, I guess granted your wages would go up over time, right? Probably. But you get some raises, hopefully, over the next. But still, we're talking 30 years maybe to earn $1 million doing it that way. But when you do that math and you think if you're simply working at McDonald's, 30 years, you could be, you could get to $1 million. Maybe I guess that would be what? Not quite $1 million. But then if you're making more than that, if you're making more than $15 an hour, that means it takes you less time. But again, you got to actually save some of it. And that's where it's tough because, again, focusing on the McDonald's aspect of this, if you're making $15 an hour, realistically, I don't care how frugal you live, you're not going to be able to save a lot making $30,000 a year.
Not in this economy, as the kids say. But I do think he's right that Americans do spend more than we do make. So if we can at least change that habit, we will all be better off.
We have trouble as a people with long-term thinking. And that leads us to actually the money we spend costs us money. Does that make sense? Where you're actually spending more money, with interest on credit cards and stuff like that. You're costing yourself money by the way you spend money. And so that is a lesson we all could learn. Me too. Maybe I will one day. Now, first, I do want to open up the Hudson hotline.
877-2-RADIO-U.
For a question that Sparkle started on her show yesterday. The question is, what is something popular that you have absolutely no interest in? And I feel like we all have some really good answers to this. So 877-2-RADIO-U. I'll let you know some of the things that either on the list that she was looking at or people were saying yesterday when they were chiming in. Fred says TikTok.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, not interested in TikTok. I, in theory, am interested in TikTok, but how often do I actually log in and start watching videos? Maybe twice a week for 4 hours at a time, but still, so I know a lot of people not rocking with TikTok. Several people said Stanley Cups. Do you think it's the Stanley Cups like, it's the hype around it, right?
Yeah, the hype.
The cups themselves, they did nothing wrong.
The cups did nothing wrong. I think what the company has done to rebrand itself is quite admirable, in fact, and will be studied by marketing students for years to come. But yeah, I think it's one of those things where when something is hyped up so much and when people do a lot of stupid things to try and get new Stanley Cups and all of those things that we've even talked about here on the Hudson Show, it's kind of easy to make fun of and also easy to hate.
Yeah. The way people behave around Stanley Cups is too much. One more that came up yesterday, and that is, what do you feel about popular things that you have no interest in? Somebody said reboots and remakes of movies.
Ooh.
I don't know if I can get behind that. But I'll tell you that I am 100% out on the Disney live action remakes of cartoons. The cartoons are better.
The cartoons are so much better in almost every single case. So, and there's a few of the live action remakes that I absolutely abstain. Like, I'm just like, they actually kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
You know?
I hesitate to say that a new thing can ruin an old thing that I still like. But I will definitely say that I've never even seen the Beauty and the Beast live action thing. No interest. I started the Lion King live action one. I turned it off. And switched to the cartoon because I was like, this is just a worse version of the cartoon. Yeah,
that one. How could that even be considered live action? Is so silly.
And Aladdin too. I don't know which other ones they've made, but
Cinderella.
They need to. Never saw it. No interest. They need to stop. Also, we heard from Derek, who says, the NBA.
Oh, Derek.
He says he's a basketball coach, and so the NBA leads to a lot of the children he coaches having bad habits that they picked up from watching NBA players.
That's fair. As a coach, I can see that that being a problem where, you know, players try to mimic. But that's with every sport, across the board. So I don't know if you can just hate the NBA for that.
You got to learn the fundamentals. No, I have other reasons if Derek... We want to pile on the NBA.
No, we do not.
Why? At least it's unwatchable until the playoffs come around.
No.
But we'll leave it there. Josh says the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh. Do sports teams count?
I guess because they are I would say the Chiefs are kind of one of those things that has transcended football, you know, just because of the whole Taylor Swift stuff.
Yeah, sure. Speaking of, many people saying Taylor Swift generally, but I like Brooke being a little more specific. She says she has no interest in celebrity love lives, including Taylor Swift.
Amen, Brooke.
You don't think there's anything we can learn from celebrities and
we can learn that they're terrible at relationships. They're so bad at it that why would you want to look up to them for relationship advice?
Cindy says pumpkin spice.
Okay, yeah.
You know what? It's funny that some of these takes are so, like, we think the thing is popular, but it's also so popular to be on the complete opposite side.
Yeah, to hate it.
It's actually popular to dislike pumpkin spice. Many people saying Jelly Roll. You know the singer?
Yeah. Isn't he supposed to be like a country rapper or whatever?
He is like country and rock. Yeah, he's kind of popped off. He has a real interesting story, but some people do not like him, apparently. This is crazy. Thomas says Chick-fil-A.
Susanna just texted in and said Chick-fil-A.
No! Multiple support for anti-Chick-fil-A.
Oh, the Lord's chicken.
I think, Thomas specifically said Chick-fil-A is overrated. I think that's a good way to put it. Chick-fil-A is great. It's not on another level. It's not even as good as Popeyes, which is saying a lot about Popeyes. But Chick-fil-A... but that is crazy that so many people on that same boat. And then Barry just got in with electric cars.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's another one. You might actually be on the popular side saying that.
Not liking it.
Although you do see them more and more. But we're also running out of choices to not have them. And we may finally have proof that Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the grass man... skunk ape exists. A Indiana man who has a game camera set up, like for hunting, right? That's what that's for?
Yeah.
He has captured footage of what certainly appears to possibly be Bigfoot. And have you watched the video?
I have.
Are you convinced?
I don't know if I'm convinced or not. I gotta be honest. Just because I feel like anytime I watch any of these videos or see any of these pictures, they just seem staged to me.
It's so looking at it, I don't know what else it could be. But also, as in like any other creature, any other animal, it could be somebody in a suit.
Because I mean, it's at like what, 3 a.m. based off of the timestamp on the video. So, is it, hunting season time? So maybe someone's just in a suit and they're walking.
Yeah, a ghillie suit. It could be a ghillie suit.
Yeah. It's like deer season, right?
Maybe. I don't know. That's pretty early to be hunting, isn't it? I know you got to get up before the sun rises, but I don't know, 3 a.m. I didn't know that's what people are doing.
I know some people that do, believe me.
I really want it to be Bigfoot, though, don't you?
Right.
Every time,
you want it to be.
You're never not going to show me one of these videos, and I'll be inclined to say, yes, that's Bigfoot. Because wouldn't it just, the world would be cooler if Bigfoot was real. We can't prove that he's not, but it would be more fun if we could prove that he was.
Yeah.
And I don't even know, like, what would it change? It's not like Bigfoot has been affecting us all this time. I guess based off of some movies we've seen with Bigfoot, it actually could expose us to our own depravity because we'd try to capture Bigfoot and run experiments on him. At least that's what all the movies tell me. That's what Harry and the Henderson says we'll do. And so I am nervous about that, if that ever was to come to pass. But other than that, I just want to live in a world where Bigfoot is real. I think, what would it hurt? And it would be fun.
It would be fun, but also, like one of my favorite movies, No Country for Old Men, sometimes life is better with ambiguity.
The mystery is more, you might be right. It just might be more fun to have a debate about Bigfoot being real, but to never really have an answer. I think you might be right about that. It's the Hudson Show on RadioU, 8772 RadioU. Would you rather Wednesday? The Hudson hotline is open.
8772 RadioU.
For our Would You Rather, based off of today being Sadie Hawkins Day, would you rather be rejected by someone you asked to the dance or get asked by someone you definitely do not want to go with? Some good answers coming in. Regina says, this is basically her life in high school. Except no one asked me. Regina, I'd go with being asked by someone I didn't want to go with. The guy I asked was really nice about it. He said that he had several people that asked him and he was deciding. That's maybe that's a nice way to do it. Like, I don't blame you for being interested. Many others are. But you are not my top choice. That's one way to do it. We also heard from Ava. I love this. I take the rejection. Better to try and hear no than feel stuck all night with someone I'm not interested in, and I could always enjoy the night solo. I love people. That's how I am, that are not afraid to just go it out alone on a night out. Yeah. I can totally rock with that. Do the movies, do a dance would be kind of weird. But anything else, like, you don't have to have people around you all the time. Yeah. Go out to a restaurant, be alone.
And dances, good. You could go with friends. You don't necessarily need to go with the date.
Somebody said something about that. Let me see. Here's Sophia. She said, I'd go with being asked by somebody else I don't want to go with. You can always make it a group thing so you're not one-on-one, and maybe they'll even end up surprising you. Yeah. So people are pretty open to the idea of, like, they're not going to reject the person. They're going to go. Yeah. They're going to go along with them and just know and have the idea that I don't like this guy or whatever. Right. What would you pick?
So I think I'd rather be the rejectee than the rejector, just simply because I would feel a lot less guilty if I wasn't being, if I'm the one being rejected versus if I were the one who had to do the rejection. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The guilt of having to say no to somebody. It would get to me.
See, I think my first thought is like the ego of it. And so the ego, the blow to the ego of me asking somebody and then saying no is something that I can hardly fathom. But somebody that asked you that you don't want to go with, that's still a boost to the ego. Like, oh, yay, somebody's interested. True. So I guess I would choose that. Susanna says I'd rather be rejected because I can't pretend to myself I didn't really care and I'll believe me. That is a roller coaster ride of emotions. I think you're sending yourself on. We also heard from Ethan, who says, rejection all the way. At least I'd be able to choose who I ask, and I'd know I went after what I wanted. That is a great attitude.
Yeah.
What a great attitude. And that's why guys like Ethan wind up, finding a girl that they really like. Because they're not afraid to find out.
Go-getters.
And be told no.
Yep.
Time to say goodbye to a streaming service. Have you ever heard of Freevee?
It's going away.
Yeah. Were you a Freevee fan?
Not really, but I had used it maybe once or twice when I was looking up a certain movie and it's like, it's on Freevee. I was like, okay, let me go check this out.
Freevee was aptly named because it was completely free to use. It was run by Amazon, and it was completely ad supported. They have decided to go ahead and shut down Freevee, probably because people like you and I, even though it was free, still didn't wind up using it very often.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think I would even have been aware of Freevee at this moment if it wasn't for one show, and that show is Jury Duty. Did you watch Jury Duty?
No.
Jury Duty is, it was kind of like Impractical Jokers.
Okay.
But they set up this whole jury thing. James Marsden was in it, and it was like, it was a real life thing. They had all these actors put up a fake trial, but one guy, his name was Ronald, did not know that it was all fake. And so they got him and they're filming him like it's part of a documentary or whatever. And after like several weeks of jury duty where he has to like deal with all these characters and all these weird things happening, and James Marsden plays him like is himself. And so it's like a celebrity on the jury duty. And then he finds out at the end of it that it was all fake. And it was very actually sweet and fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that sounds like it would be really cute, but also like, how would you not realize that that's fake?
Well, you're sequestered, so you don't have any connection with the outside world. You don't know. And
yeah.
I don't know. Don't you have jury duty coming up?
I did get a notification that I have potential jury duty coming up in December.
Maybe it's fake.
Well,
maybe it's Jury Duty season 2.
That's true.
Probably not on Freevee, though.
If James Marsden shows up, I'll be aware.
You will know. But that is the only show. And if it wasn't for that, I would not be familiar with Freevee. I don't think at all. I believe I have not used it for anything else. Now, if you are a Freevee fan for some reason, fear not, because while Amazon has said they're shutting it down, most of what they are doing had been doing on Freevee, they're just rolling into Prime Video, which I also think kind of was already the case anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody's going to shed a lot of tears for Freevee, but it is gone. Every streaming service can't last forever.
Yep.
Always remember that. Mr. Beast is at the center of a controversy once again for one of his recent posts titled, "How Much Tape to Stop a Lamborghini?" The video shows in 14 seconds, by the way, this is efficient. In the span of 14 seconds, the video shows Mr. Beast standing with a blue Lamborghini. The title of the video, "How Much Tape to Stop a Lamborghini?" Then it shows the Lamborghini progressively driving through more and more rolls of duct tape. The Lamborghini is successfully able to make it through 5,000 rolls of duct tape with no issues. Once it gets to 10,000 rolls, the hood of the Lamborghini flies clean off. Then that same Lamborghini, they don't replace the Lamborghini with the missing hood, then drives through 15,000 rolls of duct tape, which makes it goes through, but it like slides off the road as it goes through. And then once it gets to 20,000, the car struggles to drive through the tape. At 25,000 rolls, the car is struggling to drive at all before it gets to the rolls of tape. So I guess 25,000 is where it stops. The controversy is people are talking about how he's wasted like all the money that goes into buying a Lamborghini simply to make a 14-second video for YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah. Destroying it for duct tape.
A fine piece of machinery going to waste.
Right.
All for a 14-second video, all for a few likes and views. And then some are speculating that the video is actually fake in the first place and that it's all possibly AI generated. What do you think? You've watched it several times.
Yeah, I did watch it several times. I don't agree with the AI generated thing. I have watched, unfortunately, too many AI generated videos, content, if you will, and they look very fake, obviously. This does look real. You know, it looks like it's actually happening in the moment. So I don't think it's AI generated, but I also agree with the comments. I'm not a huge fan of this car just getting absolutely demolished by tape.
If I had to guess, I would probably lean that it is AI generated. He'll never admit it, of course, because the mystery is more fun. And the controversy is more fun than actually knowing the truth. But I was going to lean AI generated. If you look at and this is so nitpicky. Yeah. But first of all, wouldn't it be dangerous to have somebody repeatedly drive that Lamborghini into, who's doing that? Right. Who can have their insurance sign off on that? And then, not for the car, I mean the person inside. Right. Secondly, maybe he did a Mythbusters thing and had some pulley system, but I didn't see that. Also, the way his clothing looks too, it almost looks like he's on a green screen or something. Just looks uncanny about it.
Now I need to go rewatch it.
I think it could be, yeah, right. Give him more views. Something about it just seems a little off. And the fact that the one that's crazy is on the run where it's been going fine so far, and then the hood flies clean off. You think that would actually happen? Is that how it would go? And if this is real, that's what really happens? So
what you're saying is maybe the whole plan in the first place was to get everybody to watch it to figure out if it was real. It's like that show, Is It Cake? You know?
That's right.
You have to figure out if it's real or not. Right?
Yeah. Is it computer generated? If it is, it's pretty convincing. Yeah. I also, too, if it is real, you think about Jake Lamborghini or whoever invented it is the CEO of Lamborghini. Jake Lamborghini. He's probably dang, that's a finely crafted piece of machinery. It's expensive for a reason. You're not supposed to be doing stupid stuff like this with it. If he's a real true purist for how his cars are treated. But Jake Lamborghini, I felt bad for him or whoever invented Lamborghinis. Jake Lamborghini. I think that's who it is. Okay. Pretty sure. Allie, I don't remember. What was your favorite Halloween candy?
I don't remember my own. No. I mean, I don't eat candy that often. I definitely don't like hard candy. So if I were to eat candy, it would be chocolate.
That makes a lot of sense. Some people here that bought candy for trick-or-treaters brought in the leftovers. The chocolate is almost gone. The hard candy and Jolly Ranchers and things like that still going strong because those aren't as tempting to us adults, I think.
It's true.
So wait, when you were a child, Reese's, was Reese's the first one you'd go for?
I liked Reese's. I also like Twix bars.
Twix, yeah, I think I was bigger on Twix when I was a kid, and now my tastes have matured. Yeah. To peanut butter cups, which is why I'm really excited about these rumors that are swirling that Reese's may soon start selling jars of their peanut butter cup filling.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that'd be a game changer.
Oh, right? You best believe it. When I was a kid, I used to literally get a spoon from our, drawer with the silverware. Yeah. And I would take a peanut butter jar and get a little scoop of peanut butter jar and just eat it.
That's a late night snack. 100%. Still to this day for me. And a little trick that I learned, this makes it even more unhealthy, but even easier to eat more peanut butter, is you get corn syrup. And you drop a few drops of corn syrup on your spoonful of peanut butter, and that makes it so it doesn't get stuck in your throat. So it just slides right down, adds a little sweetness to it. But here's the thing. Some might be saying, because I know I've seen this, you're saying, Hudson, they already sell this. Reese's peanut butter is already sold. That is Reese's peanut butter in stores. Yeah. Which I have tried, and I'm sure many others have done this too. Tried that. Been disappointed because it is not the same as what is put in the cups. And if Reese's goes ahead and starts selling the peanut butter cup filling actually in jars, they will be admitting that. I don't know if they've admitted that in the past. Right. It is different, and I really hope, because now I can just do away with all that pesky chocolate. I don't even need that. When I buy the Reese's cups, I prefer the bigger the better, the thicker, because then you get more peanut butter. You're right. I like the pumpkins because the ratio is much more peanut butter to chocolate, and my ideal ratio is all peanut butter and no chocolate. And it sounds like Reese's might finally make that happen for us.
Hudson's golden ratio is just peanut butter.
It is. It's 1 part peanut butter to no parts chocolate. So hopefully this is reported by Snackalator. So hopefully they're correct. They usually do tend to be accurate. So
Yeah.
it can't come soon enough. I just had to do something that I feel so bad and guilty about.
Oh no.
So coming up on Black Friday, Chris, we call him Moneybags here, RadioU, the engineer and extraordinaire. He does many things. He's done an invitation. He sent an invitation to everybody on Black Friday. We're going to do studio decorating. It was like an event reminder, like an evite.
Yeah.
I had to click no. Studio Christmas decorating ? No. Now, without context, it makes me seem like a Grinch and a grumpy guy. There is, with context, I shouldn't feel bad because I'm not going to be here. So I will be no help with the studio decorating if we do it on Black Friday. If we do it a different day when I'm here, I'll be happy to. Black Friday, it's a day after Thanksgiving. I'm going to be off. I'm literally not sure where I'll be at this time.
Yeah.
Today, I'm not sure where I'll be on Black Friday.
Yeah.
But I do know it won't be here decorating the studio. But I feel bad about it.
Can confirm that Hudson will not be decorating for Christmas.
But Allie will be here.
Yep.
And you'll be decorating.
I'll be decorating.
You can get out the penguin and the Frosty the Snowman. We call him Melty.
Melty.
I don't know. I call him Melty. And so that'll be, if we do it on Black Friday, have fun.
Yeah.
Without me.
We will. We will have fun without
Chris. You and Chris might be the only two. Right. But we usually don't leave this Christmas decorating this long to late in the year. But then again, we have all this video. And so as much as I like decorating early, if we start posting out on our YouTube channel now, the Hudson Show YouTube channel, like interviews, we're talking to KB later this week. If that had Christmas decorations in it, that'd be I think it's a little much.
Yeah, a little too soon.
If anyone wants to decorate for Thanksgiving, I'll help with that today. Let's do it. You want to put up some turkeys?
Yeah. Do we have any?
I'll trace my hand.
Thanksgiving decorations.
I'll trace my hand on construction paper. Thanks for listening to The Hudson Show. Please don't forget to rate and review the podcast.